how did she do it twice? That's a real question. I was not even being sarcastic or ironic.
Yeah.
When her first album came out, it was literally the same odds against her. It was like, can Cardi make a good album?
Yeah.
That's what everybody said when that first album came out. And surprisingly, yes was the answer. And then it's 2016 that album came out, or 2017. So it's been about 8 years. You're like, can she make another good album? Was that a fluke? It's damn near a decade. Can she make another great album? The answer is yes. She can make a good fucking album.
I don't listen. I said it during you asked during the stream, twitch.tv/Potty Mouth streams. You asked, can we name a better female rap album, a woman rap album this decade or whatever you ask? I don't think that is the question. I think this is the best mainstream rap album we've heard in a long time.
Yeah.
I tell you why. I think that for all the times we talk about monoculture and like people trying to do like just do their thing well, I'm somebody that's like, yeah, monoculture, like, yeah, it's dying and everybody's like niching down. But I do appreciate a nigga that want to do everything. Cardi B did a little bit of everything.
She did.
At the start of it, she gave us the Meek Mill opening track like she always do. Yeah, I mean, with the Friday on it, and like with Summer Walker being Friday, and then gave us two back-to-back club bangers, right? Two back-to-back joints, and then it was a random ass Selena Gomez song, and everybody was like, whoa, this shit gonna bang? That shit bang. That shit bung.
It really did bung, bro. That was crazy. I'm like, how? I couldn't believe that it actually like wasn't awful. Now, granted, the version, the song I was afraid I would hear came later.
Yeah.
With a different pop star.
Yeah.
We did hear it.
That Lizzo record?
We would hear. Yeah, the Lizzo song. When we got to it, I'm like, this is exactly what I was afraid would happen with Selena Gomez. But still, I couldn't believe that Selena Gomez like fit well in a pop song like right after the fucking bang. It was fucking crazy. And at a certain point, I'm like, yo, she's not missing. Like,
no.
5, 6, 7 tracks. I'm like, hold on, like what the fuck is going on?
Listen, I think a lot of times when we talk about these longer albums in hip hop, these longer mainstream albums, when they go for the 26 track list, there's always a point where we're like, holy shit, this shit drags. Usually in the middle is like, fuck, it's dragging. Towards the end, it's like the loose steam. This album really didn't have that. It had moments and songs that are like, okay, this isn't as bad. This is as good as the last record, or this wasn't good as this one, but there's no dragging moments where I'm like, I kind of want this shit to end. Like, I could listen to this album all night. If this album would have kept going, I'm like, it's great. And sometimes
maintain that quality.
Exactly.
Yeah, I that's what it was. I think for me, I think with like you said, with long albums or just in general, I think like with mainstream albums, I think it's like an achievement to me if you can maintain a certain level of quality. If it doesn't dip like below a certain point, because a lot of times with mainstream albums, it's hit first. You know what I'm saying? And so like there's gonna be like the bright spots, but then you're just throwing like 10, 15 tracks to almost stat pad. But I think this is where, like, weirdly enough, the time gap might have helped.
Oh yeah,
because there was like they must have had. I mean, I don't even know if 1,000 songs is an exaggeration for the amount of tracks that could have made the album that they had to fine comb through.
I think that's the biggest part. Like, listen, I think everybody in hip hop was correct to predict that she was ducking the sophomore slump. 7 years in between the first, second one is a long time. That's almost unheard of in hip hop. But with this being the product we got, is like, can we even blame her? Can we even be mad at it taking that long? Because like she produced and produced at a high level. Also, secondly, I think that we as hip hop fans, we gotta remove the stigma of ghostwriters. We have to.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly where I'm at. It's exactly where I'm at. Go ahead.
Because I think that if it means putting together a better song, if it means putting together the best record, why as hip hop fans and music lovers don't want the best record? Because we made up some shit 40 years ago that's not hip hop? What's this unwritten rule of what the genre has to be all the time? No, the genre has evolved. The genre's evolved to the point where, like, no, if they can help you write some good shit, bring the person in. Because we would listen to this motherfucker like, I'm hearing flows in pockets that I haven't heard anybody use this year in hip hop. Yo,
yeah.
Also, this album is so uniquely hip hop for two reasons. Number one, there is a song on there that has a mysterious R&B feature, which is crazy. Nobody did. I haven't seen nobody do that since 2004. That's some 2004 hip hop shit. But on top of that, I think the person who's on that record might have wrote the record, that used to be the thing. Like they used to write the record, and the person who got it be like, keep the hook on, and that shit hard. Also, there is a Be a Diss record on the album. The Be a Diss came out last year. That was last year doing the Drake and Kendrick shit.
Long time ago, yeah.
She said, name 5 Be a songs. Gun pointed at your head. Bow, you're dead. That's how she came on.
Yeah. I know.
She also seemingly dissed JT on what was I forgot the name of the record.
It's one of the early bangers. I believe. Yeah, it's like in the first 5-run track. There was a point is it the dildo line?
Yeah, she said.
Is that what you thinking of?
All that dick riling, stinking no feature ass bitch. Obviously talking like yo, you on Nikki, you on Nikki dick. She just mad she got a nigga she be sharing bags with. My nigga cheat, but I don't stick no diddle in his ass, bitch. Yo, homophobia is so back, chat. Homophobia has never been more back.
Yeah, yo,
this was the Dame Dash.
Yeah, exactly. This is crazy. I can't believe we're here.
Homophobia is so back.
By the way, you reading the lyrics made it very clear. It's definitely Uzi because of the bag line.
Yes.
It's not even the dildo line. The bag line is like, yeah, Uzi does that's his sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this was like you said, I literally can't believe she pulled the same magic trick once.
Twice.
Once again, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Like the same exact magic trick. Which, it just goes to show, I think, I think it's just an attempt to, create, just a great album that I don't know if many people have anymore. I think, the focus on, let's create a great album as opposed to let's create the hits.
Mm-hmm.
I think the thing that's clear. This album was clearly made with the idea that people were going to listen to this front to back.
Yes.
Down to the secret features, down to the way the album flowed, down to the fucking random diss track, which that hits when you're listening to an album front to back because you're like, wait, what the fuck? And be at this? You're not expecting that, and it adds to the experience. This is somebody that was singing about somebody's going to listen to this album front to back. Listen, we've listened to a lot of mainstream releases. A lot of artists are trying to do that.
Yeah.
But they're not. That's why it's so mind-blowing. It's they're not succeeding. They're trying. There's a lot of artists that are let me try to do everything, right? And it just, maybe it's exactly what you said. Maybe get Party Fontaine on that shit. I think everybody need Party Fontaine on their albums if you want that shit to be good. Guess who's a common writer in all the songs in this album? Party Fontaine.
Listen, yeah. I think that, there are rappers, not just women, because not to pin the women against each other. There are some rappers right now in mainstream hip hop that could use a writer in the room. You could use somebody to help put these records together. Because here's the thing about Cardi B, and I've always said this about her. When it comes to just the enunciation of words, still bottom 5 in hip hop, period. Yeah. She's bottom 5 when it comes to enunciated words and how she sound on beats. But she say it with such confidence is
it's fucking, yeah.
Fuck it.
The energy is it's undeniable.
Bro, she called herself the Grim Reaper, yo.
Bro, you can't get more hip hop than
Come
that.
on!
And then the cover is a crow on her fucking hat, and then the album starts with Dead, the album ends with Killing You Hoes.
Come on, man.
This is a concept album about the Grim Reaper returning to the rap scene.
She said, I'm back. I let you hoes had 7 years to take my crown. Nobody could. I'm back. I'm back.
Yo, she is. What a fucking banger. This album was, bro, I can't believe we went through 21 songs and I didn't feel like it dragged them.
No, there's been long albums this year we felt like that. For example, I think there are moments in Sexy Songs for You that drag. There are moments in that Offset album that came out a few weeks ago that drag, which I want to say this again. Offset was smart to put his out first to try to do damage control. He listened to a lot of his album. A lot of his album is her talking about her relationship with Offset and being like, yo, I really loved you. I tried. I really, and you were a piece of shit. And Offset tried to get in front of it, but not good enough. Also, one of the funniest lines on the album, Cardi says, "Come run a route in this pussy." The fuck that even mean, chat?
I don't know, bro.
What that even mean?
Go all over the place. I don't know, like left, right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know what she's referring to. Clearly shouting out, her is Stephon Diggs is what I would guess. But yeah, no, that was surprisingly good, bro. I don't know what to say. Get more songwriters. I don't know. Also, I was gonna say one more point about songwriters because the benefit with songwriters is not only yes they can write better songs, but I do think they are actively. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is a reason why they're actively listening to what's new and fresh in hip hop.
Yeah.
And are able to bring that energy to these artists that are so huge. They're too disconnected from it.
Yeah.
Like they're just up there. It's hard for them to see what's going on below the surface. Guess who can? Just the songwriters. They're listening to everything, paying attention to everything. It was like, oh, I like this kind of type of beat. What's Cisco? Oh, Cash Cobain, obviously. Like he's going crazy. Like
there's 2 records on here that I would. If there is a Skywater type beat, which I call it. Like I say, I think that the songwriters, the producers, they matured some underground sounds here. And oftentimes I talk about how a lot of reason why these underground kids will never see the success inside the mainstream because the sound doesn't mature. It doesn't have the crossover appeal to mainstream audiences. Like mainstream audience can listen. It's too blown out. It's too quick. It's too many noises, which is like very fun for like a kid on the internet being like, I'm looking for something new and exciting. But if you're somebody who just wants meat and potatoes storytelling, meat and potatoes music, it's not there. But there's 2 records on this motherfucker that I believe is a mature version of a Skywater record and a new jazz what's the
like plug and beat
type thing, where it's like, oh, I see the elements of the underground music here, but it's like it's matured, it's grown up, it has went through puberty.
Yes, and I think that's a thing that's been missing in hip hop forever, and this is why there's such a big chasm. It's a big gap in between what's fresh for the younger kids versus what like 40-year-old and plus rappers are doing. That's why there's such a big gap because there's nothing tying them together. And it turns out what does that is songwriters. Who would have known? It took this Cardi B album for me to realize that. Yeah.
Any final words?
No, this is definitely the best mainstream album of the year. I think the only thing below this would be the Chance album.
Yeah.
I think Chance is up there for me. Who, by the way, also somebody who tried.
Yeah.
But I would say of doing everything. I would say Cardi was a little bit more successful in executing like all the things that she tried to do. But that's why I would say like mainstream albums is this and then the Chance album for me. That's where I'm at.
I agree. Yeah, I think I'm at that exact same point.
Potty mouth. Stop playing.
Well, hello, potty mouth.